like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner, and this is another edition of Car Conversations with Jay Lee's Corner. I'm gonna hurt my throat one day yelling that out. It is currently hump day. I'm on my way to work. I'm actually running a little late. And you wanna know why I'm running late, people? Because my hair is down. Okay? So, this is gonna be like a little random rambling of things as I'm driving to work. No particular topic. But this is the reason why I typically don't like wearing my hair down when, it's not cool outside. Like, it's still a little humid out here, and it's a good little breeze or whatever, but, I don't have a perm. Okay, somebody asked this if I have a perm. No, I do not have a perm. So when you get your hair, straightened, I got my hair silk pressed. When it's warm out, it's humid. Okay, so your hair reacts. So just today when I got up and even though I wrapped it up, it was warm in my apartment because I did not have my air conditioner on, and it just, my apartment sometimes stays warm. Okay, even in the winter, I don't have to have my heat on, which is fine. Okay, but it was 50 degrees on Monday, and so when I made my hair appointment, I didn't know that it was going to be back in the 80s, in the next within the same day. So when I combed my hair down today, I had to, hit my edges to make sure they weren't, poofy. Okay, not poofy. So this is the main reason why I don't get my hair down a lot. I know I saw a lot of comments. Oh my God, your hair is so pretty. Blah blah blah. It looks so nice. Blah blah blah. You should wear it down more often. Blah blah blah. I don't wear my hair down in the summer because it doesn't make any sense to do so. That's the point of me having a bun up all winter. It's a protective style, and the fact that I got my hair pressed, yesterday and curled yesterday, the fact that I had to come back and flat iron it a little bit today, simply based on the weather. Okay, because my stylist does a great job, and when I get my hair done in the winter, I'm good. For like a week. But when it's this weather, she can't control my scalp because the weather just, messes it up or whatever. So that's why I'm like, my hair probably won't be down maybe 2 more days, and that's it. Because again, it's warm here. It's like I have my air on right now in my car. So that part was a little bit frustrating this morning. So I had to take time to, one, unwrap it, then find my damn flat iron, because I ain't used my flat iron since maybe like April. And so I had to find my flat irons, bump my ends, or it's too much time. Okay, it takes too much time, my God. Okay, so that was a little, a little something for today. Also, somebody had asked me about, because they said how they did not know I used to smoke cigarettes, and they asked me about, well, how did you quit smoking cigarettes? And I said, well, you know what, I'll talk about it one day. I didn't want it to be a full-on story time, because it's not like a story like that or whatever, but I started smoking cigarettes when I was 17 years old. It was actually when I met the bad guy, okay? And I might have mentioned this before, I can't remember, but yeah, when I first met him, he smoked cigarettes, and I thought I was being cute. Oh, let me get a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? He like, you don't smoke? And I was like, yes, I do. And so he gave me a cigarette, and I smoked it like a dummy, and got addicted, to the cigarettes and, the guy. And so I smoked for 10 years, okay? I smoked Newports, shorts, and a box, bitch. So in because he smoked, and then another guy I was in a long-term relationship with, this guy named Meech, he smoked too. So it's different when you are dating somebody who smokes, because sometimes it's harder to quit if y'all both just up here smoking cigarettes all the goddamn time. And that's what we was always doing. If he smoked one, I smoked one. Or even if I didn't smoke a whole cigarette. We would share a cigarette. So that's what people who don't smoke maybe don't realize is when you dating somebody who smoke, you smoke more because y'all both are always like puff pass with each other. It's the same thing if you date somebody, y'all both smoke weed. Y'all both gonna sit there and smoke weed. So I had tried to quit before, here and there, over the 10 years that I smoked. See, from the time I was 17 to the time I was 27 is when I was smoking. And I remember when I was younger, like when I was in middle school, because my dad smoked cigarettes too. And so I remember when I was in middle school, like I would tell my dad, like, Dad, you know, because we had health class. And in health class, I think it was like one time when they showed us about what lungs looked like when they smoked. So I would show the photos to my dad. Again, I was in middle school. And so it's weird that I was so against smoking when I was younger, and then ended up smoking later on in life. So that was kind of different, if you ask me. So, you know, to smoke. I was never much of a weed smoker. You know what I'm saying? If I smoked weed, it was because my friends were smoking some weed and we were together, and they'll say, hey, hit this. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, but I would never go like buy weed and like I don't know how to roll a blunt. I don't know how to break up weed. I don't know none of that stuff. Like, I'm a whole little virgin with that stuff. But one day, I was on my way to work. It was back when I was 27. I was working at this, I was working at a neurosurgeon's office, doctor's office. And I had like one cigarette left to smoke. And I'm like, okay, I need to stop at the store or whatever and buy some cigarettes before I do it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to smoke this one and then see if I can go to the rest of the day without one. And I kind of out the blue had that notion. It wasn't like a whole thing, okay, I'm going to quit. I want to see this one particular day. And usually my routine for smoking cigarettes was this. Any smoker, this is the thing. You smoke a cigarette before bed. You do. You wake up in the morning and you have a cigarette. You do. When you get in your car to drive to work, you smoking a cigarette. Okay, and then you absolutely smoke one. If you have a long drive to work, you may smoke 2 cigarettes to work. You take a cigarette break at work, and then you smoke one going home, and then once you're home, you probably smoke like another 1 or 2. So that was my routine within the whole day. So I only had 1 cigarette left, so I smoked that 1 cigarette on my way to work. And then I think I was gonna go buy some on my break. And then once my break came, I said, oh, I don't have time, I'll get it later. And then once I got off work, I went home forgetting that I didn't have any cigarettes. And then I said to myself, oh, you only had that 1 cigarette and you didn't smoke after that one. Let's see if you can go, another day without smoking. And that's how it started. So it was tough. It was very, very tough in the beginning because people have to realize smoking cigarettes, that nicotine is an absolute addiction. And, your body craves it. So once I did not have cigarettes that second day, like that, by that third day, I was a bitch, okay? I was a whole full-fledged bitch at work, at home, with my boyfriend, all of the above, okay? So I did buy another pack, and I think I smoked another pack, and then I said, you went 3 days without smoking, you can do it again. So I did it again, and I said, okay, just don't buy no more. Okay, cool. So my trick to me not buying anymore was I told myself, you can't buy any cigarettes because they don't make them. You can't buy what doesn't exist. So I had to, because it's like a mental thing, because your mind tells you that you want a cigarette. I want a cigarette. I can just go and buy a cigarette. And so I didn't quit cold turkey-ish. I did it 2 different ways, where I went one day without smoking cigarettes because I didn't have any, and then I did it for a couple of days, and then I went back and smoked another pack, and then I stopped again. And so I also had to train myself to do different things when I usually... Where you come from, FedEx truck? Where the fuck you come from, bro? When I usually would smoke. So when I get up in the morning, instead of grabbing a cigarette, I cut the radio on. So that was my replacement habit for getting up in the morning smoking a cigarette. When I got in my car to drive to work, I would call my mom. So instead of holding a cigarette, I would hold my phone. So I kept replacing what I was doing. Instead of like going on lunch or whatever and having a cigarette, I would like eat a pickle. I know it's weird as fuck or whatever. Yes, I just kept replacing the things that I was doing, so that I wasn't reaching for that cigarette. And I had to keep telling myself, you can't go buy no cigarette because, bitch, they don't exist anymore. They don't make them. Like, they don't make them. So when I would want to go buy a pack, you can't because they don't make them. So I had to keep telling myself that, even though I could be in the store and see the damn Newport in the boxes sitting there, you know, Newport shorts in the box, I could see them. I'm like, the things don't really exist. So I had to trick myself into not smoking, and that was the kind of way that it worked for me. Now what I will say is, when you quit smoking, it definitely takes a toll on your attitude, your temper, all that. Like, I became a complete bitch. I ended up getting fired from work. Yep, I got fired from work for when I quit smoking cigarettes because I was a bitch. I was being a bitch to people, my boss, my coworkers. You know what I'm saying? All of the above. Okay, and I was snapping at people because I had quit smoking cigarettes, and I didn't tell nobody at work I quit smoking. And I didn't realize then, at that point in time, that was the reason. Back then, I had a fucking attitude, and I'm like, these hoes fucking with me, fuck y'all. So I felt I was right in how I was reacting to people, and I didn't realize, no, bitch, you're not at all right. You know what I'm saying? You tripping. But yeah, so it was kind of I mean, that wasn't the only reason I got fired. You know what I'm saying? It really was, because it was little stuff that I would do wrong, and then I would snap at my boss for checking me about it. Like, bitch, who you talking to? And I would have a complete full-fledged attitude. So I won't say it was completely, you know, me. I was messing up at work here and there, and that had nothing to do with my smoking. But I might like be on the internet and I wasn't supposed to. And I'd be like, why does it matter? Like, I was like, why does it matter? Everybody do it. And it was that kind of bullshit. But I was, you know, I was 27. That's when I had a full-fledged attitude. So, but when I quit smoking, my attitude went like times 10. So it was already bad then. You know what I'm saying? I'm better now, like, because I'm older. So I don't, you know, I don't have those issues as much anymore at all. But it was bad back then. And so when I stopped, my attitude got worse because I was snappy. Because I wanted a fucking cigarette. Like, and it was that simple. And the time that I quit smoking, like within that month, is when I got fired from my job. And I like that job too. The people got my goddamn nerve, but it was cool. But I'm kind of happy because it kind of set me on a different path, which I'm happy about now. But yeah, so for anybody who smokes, okay, you have to want to quit smoking, and sometimes you don't even have to think about it. You just have to do it. And that was the weird part, whereas I had never been thinking about quitting at that point in time. I just said, oh, you ain't had a cigarette all day. Let's see how long you can go. And that's where it started. But yeah, you have to remember, they don't make cigarettes. You can't buy, like, I can't go buy a fucking unicorn. They don't make them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I can't go buy a unicorn no damn where. They don't make them. So if you put it in that, if you have to trick your mind into thinking, you know what I'm saying, oh, I can't have it because it doesn't exist. And that's how I did it. So it worked for me. After I quit, and that's, you know, so I have been smoke free for 9 years. Because I'm 36 now. I can say within the past 9 years, that first year that I quit, I maybe backslid like a total of 4 times. So that first time when I smoked, like 3 days after I quit, that was one time. I remember one time I did a whole story time about when my cousin asked me to go help her get her car from a Rippy Dead, and there was a whole big incident thing, and it was driving me crazy. I smoked then. I remember that. I remember being at my birthday party that year, within that year, and I was so drunk that I smoked a cigarette. I asked somebody for a cigarette to hit their cigarette, and they let me do it. So it was that one time, and maybe like one other time where I, you know, bought a pack. But the last time that I backslid, I went and bought a pack of cigarettes, smoked one cigarette, and it made me so sick that I threw the whole pack away. And I said, okay, because at that point I had kicked the habit. So when I went back to smoke, it was nasty because I hadn't smoked in forever. So now I don't even like being around smoke. Like, I don't like I only have one friend who smokes cigarettes, and I haven't seen her in a while. Our schedules are really busy. But I be happy that when we go places, like we don't ride together because she was smoking a cigarette, and I'm like, ain't no smoking around me no more. So we would, drive separately, or if we are in the same car, she won't smoke until we out the car and we like walking in somewhere. But back in the day when we would go to like a club or a restaurant or whatever, you could smoke there, and you can't do that anymore. So for me, that's good because I don't have to be around cigarette smoke at all. But when people who do smoke are around me, I can smell it. Oh my God, I can smell it, and it's very, very strong, and it makes me feel nauseous. So, it takes 30 days to break any habit. It really, really does. And the first 30 days of me quitting smoking, it was, it was a good thing because, I didn't, I'm happy that I don't smoke. It's funny that people who know me now, who did not know me then, have no idea that I smoked cigarettes for 10 years, and that I've been smoke-free for almost 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It'll be, because I'll be 37 next year. So I'm like, yay, me. But again, it can work. Smoking cigarettes is, now I'm like, I don't know how I smoked all those years. And I still have those moments of like remembering how good it felt to smoke, because at the time I liked it. At the time I did like it. So sometimes I can be stressed out and be like, oh, I wish I had a cigarette. But I don't really wish I had a cigarette. I just remember if I was stressed before and I had a cigarette, it would calm me down. So I have those kind of moments of I wish I had a cigarette. So, but I still won't pick up one to smoke it, because if I did, it would make me literally physically sick. Like I would be like sick. So I guess it was a story time. It just wasn't like a funny one. But I'm glad y'all guys, Lord Jesus, that y'all turned in to Car Conversations with J. Lee's Carter. And I'm almost at work, which I'm so happy. Because if I'm almost at work, it means I'm almost off work. And stuff. So y'all have a good day. Y'all should enjoy me having my hair down for the next day, because I don't see myself wearing it down for much longer than that, because I refuse to get up every morning. I'll be turned on the wrong damn time. I refuse to get up every morning and have to re-bump my edges, because I also can't be out here looking like I got a Love and Hip Hop wig on and it be too thick at the skull. Like, that's not gonna happen. But love you guys. I will be back later. I have a few reviews that will be up later today. I'm going to do Married at First Sight. We got Black Ink Crew, and whatever else comes on Wednesdays that I can't think about right now 'cause I'm driving. What else? I will be live this Friday at 10 p.m. as usual. I was live. Oh, y'all can hear a fire truck. That probably can't hear me. But yeah, I was live last night. I've been popping up live really, really late recently. I did it twice. Because if I'm up late and I'm uploading and I'm not going to bed, I know I have viewers who work midnight shifts and be up at night. So I said I'll stop popping on live just to see the people who be up late and who can't catch my live that I do on Fridays. So if you see me live at like 3 a.m. or whatever, it's because I'm uploading a video or something. I'm going to be on live for like 30, 40 minutes. That's really it. So, this is my way of trying to, accommodate other people too, because I be woke. You know what I'm saying? And even though I be up on live and I don't have shit to talk about, sometimes they just want to say stuff to me and I'm cool with that. So, that's all. Anyway, everybody have a great Wednesday. I will talk to you guys later.